Hey folks, this is it. This is the final part of the Freedom Planet playthrough. What a ride, indeed. We're at the final Dreadnought, round 4. This is where it all ends. Um, Pretty much kind of one of the toughest areas within the game. It has the disappearing Mega Man blocks. But yeah, this is where it ends, folks. This is where we take down Lord Brevon. And this is when we get payback for everything that he's been doing, even though I'm kind of confused on what he was trying to do in the first place, and where it all ends, folks. Yep, this is it. This stage is pretty much kind of based off of, you get some Mega Man vibes here with the blocks disappearing and whatnot. But yeah, folks, this is it. This is the final area. And the speed run achievement for, this in the game is within 8 minutes. So if you want to get that speed run achievement, you gotta beat it within 8 minutes. So let's see here. Yeah, do you have some disappearing blocks and hovering springs along the way? At one point there comes a section where every teleporter sends the player back to the bottom, which is kind of douche-like, which is pretty much kind of like this section right here. And pretty much, yeah, we're just making our way to Lord Brevon and wherever he may be hiding. So yeah, folks, I hope you folks have been enjoying the ride up to this, pretty much this part, and I hope you folks have been enjoying the playthrough so far. It's been a journey for me, actually, so and I know it has been one for you folks too. If you've been watching it along the same time I've been uploading, and if you're watching this from a playlist, you might be talking about, what the hell is this guy talking about? But anyway, yeah, folks, the final, pretty much the final, this is it, pretty much the final part, folks. And I will pretty much, if you haven't gotten an idea of what I think about this game, I'll be pretty much just giving you my final thoughts on what I think about this game, and you know what it offered, and all that good jazz stuff that I usually give at the end whenever I finish a game, however bleak that may be. So because you can pretty much tell about how I feel about a game, you know, during while I'm playing it and whatnot. So yeah, you may or may not be surprised of what you hear, and those things are annoying. They follow you, and they're just annoying. But anyway, as expected of a final boss place, Mr. Extra Life, this thing right here, this thing is the beam of death. Do not catch yourself being pushed in that, or you will be destroyed. Just be patient. Take your time and you'll do alright. I'm just getting this thing out of the way because it's annoying, and it could push me into this wave beam of death here. So yeah, just get rid of all obstacles as you can. That thing is kind of has a douche placement of just being there. It's good that they give you extra lives within this area anyway, so you know, just is in your pathway. And this is real douche like, and cutting it close right there actually with that freaking Omega Beam of Death. But yeah, this area, it can kill you in one shot, but sometimes if you're lucky, some health will be left. Fortunately, there's a short pause in between firing, so it'll give you enough time to act before the laser fires again. So, and when you reach the top, it's just lined with a few more enemies. All you have to do is just beat those enemies, and then we'll be able to face the final boss of the game, which is Lord Brevon. So yeah, like I stated before, that laser beam is a one-shot death, and if you're lucky, you may be left with just some health, but you don't want to be caught within it in the first place. And I'm just kind of being greedy there with the blue coins there. But yeah, folks, you definitely don't want to be caught in that Omega Beam of Death right there. But yeah, this part right here is just that part right there. I remember dying at that part. I was kind of disappointed at myself, but you know, it all couldn't be blamed on me because I couldn't get out of that in time. And that part right there cuts it pretty close too. with that. So this part can make you tense, folks, because basically you're getting time on what you need to do in order to pretty much just get out of there alive, folks. So yeah, it's kind of douche, you know, this is going to be a total word I make up, a douchery, but you know, whatever happens. But yeah, the area is flashing red, and you just got to get your butt out of here. But this right here, this part right here, folks, let me just go into detail with that little part right there. Basically, when you enter that hallway, you have a stationary Terrence pretty much be locked off, be targeted by an off-screen cannon. And then you'll be able to pretty much just run up a geez, I can't talk. You'll be a gravity field and ride it to the final room, and this is where you meet Lord Brevon himself. So you know, Lilac was shouting at Brevon. She was ticked off at him because he mutated Mila. Yeah, so Carol, I'm sorry, pretty much wants to see Lord Brevon dead. But Lord Brevon doesn't care. He has no use for forgiveness and all that good stuff. So basically, he just he wants pretty much whoever faces against him, whether it be Lilac, Mila, or Carol, he just wants to see them dead. This guy has no remorse at all. So basically, yeah, this machine is called the Absolution, which I guess is pretty apparent, I guess, for a name or whatnot. But when Lord Brevon exits out of the machine, what he just did, this is the second phase of the fight. So yeah, this is his power suit. So once you defeat the power suit, you'll be able to go into the final phase of the fight, which is the third, pretty much which is the third phase of the fight. I pretty much think I just said that, I don't know. Yeah, the third and final phase of the fight will begin when he's out of the power suit, and you'll see how that goes. As soon as we defeat Brevon out of his power suit thing. I hate bosses with more than one phase. Within any video game, really. Like, especially if it's in a fighting game. Oh man, who does that in a fighting game? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember who. And he's bouncing all over the place. I'm trying to remember who does that in a fighting game. Well, boss that has more than one phase. I'm trying to think. Oh, one character that comes to mind is June from Tekken Tournament Tag. Yeah, she has a phase where you fight her normally, and then you have a phase when you fight her in her unknown state. And yeah, as soon as Brevon blows up with his power suit, if he was running low on health, you'll be able to get some, as I just did. So yeah. But Carol's pretty much just talking smack to him, obviously, but he's ready for a real fight now. This is the final phase, so you see them two pretty much just squaring up for pretty much the final climactic battle of the fight, folks, right here. So this is it, folks, and I believe I stated before that the speed run for this was 8 minutes. So yeah, folks, this is pretty much the final battle. You see his health bar right there, so yeah. But okay, yeah, so this is the I was just trying to read up on the wiki here to see if there was any more information I can provide for you folks, and apparently not. So yeah, folks, this is the final battle with Lord Brevon, as I pretty much stated multiple times, and I don't even know why I'm repeating myself in the first place, but just try to give you folks as much insight as I can. With this being the last battle, it's really not that difficult if you recognize his pattern in the first place. So as long as you recognize his pattern, this fight will be pretty easy for you, and I don't think the difficulty matters unless he changes it. Like he changes his pattern up on a higher difficulty. So yeah, folks. But pretty much, yeah, this is it. The final battle, Lord Brevon. You can see, looks like the machine we're in melting down right now. As you can see the red in the background, so it looks like it's going through like a final detonation, if I want to say, like pretty much like a final countdown sequence. There we go. Jeez, why did it take me so long to get that word out? Jeez. But anyway, yeah, I've been going on with this fight for 11 minutes now, almost 12 minutes, through just this whole round. Like, speed runners, like, I don't know, like, how would you get the speed running achievement of just 8 minutes? I'm already 4 minutes above that, so, you know, kudos to you if you've beaten that within it. But like I stated before, I'm a beginner. This is my first time playing it, so, you know, maybe the next time around I'll learn some secrets or shortcuts in playing it. I don't know. It's just whatever happens, happens. So, yep, he's going bananas. But yeah, that is it. That's the final hit, folks. With there, Lord Brevon is down. So, Kara right now is pretty much delivering the final blow on this guy. So, yeah, he's pretty much defeated with that final blow. And that ends it, folks. That is the last stage. 12 minutes, 27 seconds, and 3 milliseconds. If I'm even saying that right. But Call of the Wildcat achievement. Alright. So that's what Carol is, a Wildcat. I don't think those actually exist, do they? Like lepers or something like that? Is that what they mean by Wildcat? I'm thinking way too hard on that, what I really don't need to be doing. So, yeah, this is the final cutscenes that's playing, that's showing on the screen right now, folks. Yep, pretty much what we had to fight was, the Absolution, the Brevon Power Suit, and Lord Brevon himself, which the only people who really fight Lord Brevon, the final boss stage, I believe, is just Lilac and Carol. What happens when you play with Carol is that, I'm sorry, not Carol, m- Mila? Man, Mila. Basically, in Milla's ending, Lord Brevon breaks out of his power suit and grabs Mila by the throat in an attempt to choke her to death. But luckily, she's saved by Lilac, who Dragon Boosts into Brevon, saving Mila. So yeah, you don't get the Lord Brevon final fight with Mila. You just get the two phases, the Absolution and the Power Suit. So yeah, you just get those two phases with her, and that's actually hmm, that's a spectacle to see, actually. The nighttime sky with that right there. And yes, narrator, you go ahead and speak the mighty talk. I'm just gonna kind of talk over you anyway. So yeah, that's the end, folks. I'm pretty much gonna give my thoughts on the game. Um, Pretty much when this finished playing, I should have enough time to at least talk about what I think, what I recommended, and all that good stuff. So pretty much we're just seeing a scenario of this game, and you know, the different background pieces and all that good stuff. I wonder, since the prince was brainwashed, I believe he is brainwashed, is everything gonna go back to normal? I mean, because the poor kid seen his dad pretty much decapitated in front of him. So is that guy gonna be okay? And what I mean by that, guy, is the prince, of course. Is he gonna be fine? Um, he should be okay. I don't know. Maybe the second one will pick that up or something like that. Hopefully he's not the villain of the second one. Although that would be pretty cool. like if he was, like if the brain, like if he never gotten, you know, de-brainwashed or whatever. But yeah, Torque's leaving, folks. It's kind of, you know, he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place. He was just doing his job, and pretty much everybody's, you know, everyone understands that. So yeah, he's pretty much saying his farewells, giving people, you know, giving the ladies advice on what they need to do in order to keep their planet safe. So, yep, one final thumbs up from Torque, and he is gone, folks. Let me just say this, that saying goodbye sucks just with any content. It just sucks. So, yeah, with that, pretty much Torch finished his job and he's heading back to, you know, because basically Torque's pretty much kind of like the space policeman. So, yeah, folks, this is pretty much the credits list. It's giving the cast of characters, and oh, that is messed up for the king. Oh man, that is so messed up. Why do you have to show him like that? Jeez. So let me go ahead and give my final thoughts and what I think about the game and all that good jazz. But pretty much, yeah, this game is great, folks. Even though I had my many issues with the repetitiveness of the stages in the boss being too difficult at times, this was a actually pretty game. This was actually a pretty good game to play. So if you're looking for a game that's kind of like Sonic with you know, a little well, I wouldn't say a little more emphasis on speed, but just platform. If you're looking for that old classic, old school Sonic-like game, this game will be for you. Because remember, I told you folks that this game started off as a Sonic fan game, you know, but they decided to take it in their own direction and turn it into their own thing. Graphically, this game is gorgeous. It can run on PC pretty good. So if you have a crappy PC, I think this game will run pretty well on it through Steam. And basically, if you have the, I believe you can get it for cheap these days. Just go within the PlayStation Store or Xbox Live stuff, and you'll be able to find it within that. But do I recommend the game? Wholeheartedly, yes. I give it a 9 out of 10. As I stated before, I had my problems with it, but you know, even the little mini problems that I procured with it, it's still a pretty good game. There is a sequel to this game. I might give it a let's look at until the game comes out next year. Steam gave this game a 10 out of 10. I wholeheartedly agree. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but there are some issues, just small issues that I have from giving it that perfect score. But it is definitely a game worth trying out, folks. So do yourself a favor and play this game, folks. And as you can see, the times that I've been through, the amount of deaths that I experienced within the game, but thanks to my mediocre editing skills, you wasn't able to suffer through every single death that I've been through. So yay, I guess. But from what I played, folks, and from what I experienced, this is an artistically beautiful, fun game, and I don't think, if you're a Sonic enthusiast, I don't think you should miss out on this game. But those are my final thoughts. So once again, folks, I do thank you for joining me through the Freedom Planet playthrough. You folks have a fantastic day and take care. See you soon.